and Cornelia show. Shout out to Miami. Shout out to Mobile. Shout out to Boston. Shout out to Birmingham. Shout out to Montgomery. Shout out to Louisville. Shout out to Lexington. Shout out to Cleveland and Chicago. Shout out to Detroit. Shout out to San Antonio and Dallas. Shout out to the whole wide world. It is the Yak, the Yolanda and Cornelia show with Jazz, y'all.
What up, good
She's
people?
back. She's back. And on this Tuesday, y'all know it's the Leaders Lounge. So we have the coach, the CEO, the author, the consultant, the dance it off shy,
You're so crazy.
the self-made millionaire, the trainer
In the making.
in the making,
In the making.
Dawn Marie herself
Yes.
in the studio. And for those
Hey,
who are
Pastor.
following, you keep talking.
Yes.
Those who follow in jail, you on
Yeah, we
Instagram?
on.
Oh, you no.
No,
Oh, she live?
Oh,
She
she's-
recording.
she gonna
Okay,
post
she's recording. Okay.
Listen, y'all, I missed it. Jazz missed it. So I need to get caught up on how to speak easy.
Okay.
So where
That
do I
sounds
go? Where do we go so that we can develop our communication skills so that our value can double, triple, quadruple?
Oh, you just coming up
Because-
right with it.
Yes,
Yes, you coming up. You coming right up. Yes, well, of course, Pastor, it's great to be back this month for the Leaders Lounge, and I'm meeting a new friend, Miss Jazz here
Oh,
also.
Jazz.
Yes. And so I am so excited, Pastor, because you know we have been promoting the Speak Easy live version, which happened in September.
I mean,
But that's okay. That's okay because there were so many people who said, you know what, I wanted to be there, but I couldn't for whatever reason. And it got me to thinking that we need to have a version that people can access at their ready. So
Absolutely.
we have been working hard on this
At their
in the
ready?
online.
At
Yeah,
their ready?
at their ready.
Can I
At
put
their
that on a
ready.
shirt?
Put that on.
At their ready.
At their ready.
Can I
Yeah.
put that on a shirt?
You
Can I
should.
hashtag that?
At their ready. Hashtag
At your
their
ready.
Exactly. Right.
At their
Because
ready.
the other thing that we want, especially people you in college,
Yes, ma'am.
coming out. Okay. So when you're coming out of college,
Mhm.
you have to be able to either communicate in a group interview setting, or you may even have a presentation. And as I was sharing last night, I said, you know, my best job,
Mhm.
I not only had a group interview, I had to do a presentation. And in order for me to get the bonus that wasn't even promoted, but I was able to talk to why I should receive a bonus when I went into the company, I was able to get one. So communicating effectively is so important. And I'm targeting now for the Speakeasy online version, people who are graduating
Mhm.
or about to graduate, because you're going to be interviewing and you want a job that's going to pay more than just barely your student loans. And the best way to do that is to be able to speak easy. So the Speakeasy cyber version is live now.
It's live.
It's live now.
Live
It
now.
It is live now. Let me just put it. So you go to worldclasstraining.net/speakeasy to.
Worldclasstraining.net.
Yes. Have you done any interviewing?
Yeah, I've done a few interviews. But see, I'm not new to talking to people, so that's
Okay.
easy for me.
Okay.
But for other people, when they
Yes.
ask me, how do you get up in there and you just talk? How do you get up in there and you present yourself? How do you show them who you are?
Right.
It's hard for me to explain to them how to do something that comes easy to me. So I'm
Ooh.
even interested in learning
Yes.
more so I can help others. be able to do it.
Yes, that is so powerful too, because for me too, when someone first asked me to do the
Mhm.
live, they were like, I hate speaking in public.
Yeah.
And because I've been doing it for so many years, it sounded foreign to me
That you don't
that
know
people
how to
don't
do
know how, or
exactly.
people are uncomfortable
Yeah.
with this, but
Yeah.
it is a real thing.
Yeah,
it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Allow
So
me
yes.
to interject
Yes,
before I
sir.
give our shout outs to our sponsors. It is documented scientifically that the next worst thing to death is speaking publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
I'm
is-
tripping
I know.
because I grew up in Sunday school at 4 years old.
Right.
Get out there.
Exactly.
What did you talk
This
about
is out
today?
of my-
I go
Yes,
let it
yes,
shine.
yes,
Color your
Right,
picture.
Like, you're quick, we're good there.
Show and tell all day
So,
long. All
I-
day long. Yeah.
And then I
Mhm.
became a
Yes.
teacher
Mhm.
Right.
and a pastor.
Right.
So my line of work and my strength zone is communicating. But I can
Exactly.
always get better.
Oh, always.
Yes, absolutely.
We can
LeBron
always.
got better.
That's
Yes.
true. And
Steph Curry gets
that's
better.
so
And
true.
as we get better, we can help others get better.
Yes.
That's where I'm seeing it the most is in the classroom. Nobody wants to present. They're not comfortable.
They are not comfortable and they don't know the order of things. So this class is actually going to provide 14 different segments that they can take
I
over a
love it.
2-week
I love it.
period. They're able to take some assessments, do their own recording because yes, it helps with the outline of a speech or outline of a presentation
Mhm.
because some people can talk, but they're not hitting the
Organized.
marks.
That part.
They're not hitting the marks
Under-delivering.
because they're not under delivering.
Come
So they're
on.
under delivering. So yeah.
Underdeveloped.
So yeah, thank you for the opportunity to really talk about that because it is so important. And I'm finding, especially in this internet world, you know, I say to myself now, the best way to scare somebody is to tell them to call me. Because I know,
They
we
can text
are so
all day.
they can text all
When it's
day.
time to
But when
talk.
I say, hey, call me, I know I can get rid of somebody because people do not want to talk. They just want to
Write it out.
write it out.
Mhm.
But there's so much lost in the
Exactly.
translation.
Yes.
Yes.
How you receive it.
Yeah,
Everything.
that's right. Exactly. Yeah. That's
All
true.
right, Jazz.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to
So go
what's
ahead.
lost.
Yes.
Jazz, what do you have in your hand? What's the
All
advertisement?
right. Fifth Sunday Gospel Brunch, Sunday,
Yes.
October 29th, from 2 to 4 p.m. It is at the Butterfly Garden Brunch and Events, 6917 Lenox Village Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, 37211.
Yes.
The menu, as of right now, is looking like biscuits and gravy, shrimp and grits, fried chicken, fried catfish, mac and cheese, greens, candy yams, and more.
Oh my
You can
goodness.
get your tickets at www.butterflygardenbrunch.com. It
Yes.
is the Fifth Sunday Gospel Brunch.
Have y'all eaten
What
at the
time?
Butterfly Garden?
What time, Jazz?
It
2 to 4
is-
p.m.
I've never eaten there.
It is so. Have you?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've never
it is
been there.
so delicious. I didn't see that on here, but they have. It's probably gonna be the shrimp and grits instead, but they have this crawfish etouffee gravy type thing that they serve over the grits. It is so
No, you're
good.
fine.
Oh yes,
Did you? Let me show you what you communicated. You communicated a menu,
yes,
but your mannerisms was changed.
yes.
know how to
because-
talk.
When you were talking about crawfish etouffee, and I'm trying to keep my
Did you not
sanity
have,
on
Exactly.
did you not have an image of
Did
what
you
that
take it
is?
in? Did you
But
take it?
that's communication.
That's
though.
communication.
While we just
That's
playing,
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
the emotive part of that,
Yes. Yes.
something I don't even want right now.
Yes.
But guess what I want to eat when we leave here?
Some
Crawfish.
crawfish
It's
etouffee.
Because
That's
you was all in the Jazz mouth was watering over there. And I'm like, Jazz is
Yes,
over there. She ready
exactly.
to eat, and you was a natural, and it was just coming out of your mouth. And
Yes.
I'm like, can I do
Can
that?
I get some?
Right.
Can I get some?
Let me get some of
But you know
that.
what? I'm gonna tell you. I was watching. I watch LinkedIn a lot, and I saw somebody say today, "What's the difference between a $5 glass of whiskey and a $50 glass or bottle?" He said, $5 bottle and a $50 bottle. And he said,
Presentation.
I was going.
"It's in the story." He said, "It's in the story."
Ooh, so let's back up. Back that up. Back that up. Real. Slow it down because the shift just happened right there.
Sure, okay.
Uh-huh.
What's the difference
Yep.
between a
$5
$5
bottle.
and the $50?
Yep.
And the answer was, it's in the what?
It's in the story.
Did you just mm-mm. First give it unto God who's the head of
Give
my
it up.
life?
It's so crazy.
No.
True.
Because y'all know where I stand when it
Yeah.
comes to listening.
Mm-hmm,
I've even taught the levels of listening.
mm-hmm.
It's in the story.
It's in the story.
If you're just able to package and present your story,
Yep.
the value increases.
And the
Increases.
value increases. That's it. That's what we're talking about. Yep.
It's
Did
in the story.
It's in the story. And what he highlighted was the Uncle Nearest story.
The story.
And he said, the Uncle Nearest brand whiskey, he said it's good. It's tasty.
But it's in the story.
But the reason exactly that they have done as well as they are,
Because-
as they have, is because
The
they
story
have a
connected to it.
powerful, that's it.
story.
The story
So-
connected to it.
You have a $5 message.
Right.
And it will stay $5.
That's right. Exactly.
Because you don't know how to tell the story.
That's right.
But there's an audience
Yep.
that values your story
That's
Come
right.
on.
beyond
Yes.
$5.
Come
Yes,
on.
yes.
But because you only a $5 storyteller,
$5.
that's all you will get in life is $5.
That's it.
And actually less than that.
That's right.
Because it's rare that I will actually reward you at the value of your
That's
worth.
right. That's right.
Listen.
Well, unless if you don't know your worth. Because you got to know your worth to be able to tell the right story about it. Like I said about when I got the bonus from the last job that I had, they didn't have a bonus advertised for somebody who's hiring. Exactly. But the reason that I got it was because I was able to prove up who I was and what I was worth, because I had to believe it first and then tell the right story. So yes, you are absolutely right.
Almighty.
Yep, that's
So
it.
I've taken a $5 message,
$5 message.
packaged the story,
Mm-hmm.
presented the story.
Right.
Now
It's
I
a
can.
$50 value.
That's right.
It's the value automatically
That's right.
increases.
Exactly.
It's a $50 value.
That's
But
right.
I'm not aware
Right.
of the increase in value
Mhm.
because I have not gone through the process to package and present.
Exactly. That's
That
right.
part.
That's part. That part. That part.
That part.
It's all in the presentation. And
Etouffee.
you being able
Oh
to
my
Come
God.
on.
You so
They had
crazy.
etouffee.
So
Have
crazy.
you had the crawfish etouffee? You don't. We here though.
We here.
Delivery,
That's
though, I
true.
said,
Right,
man,
right.
That might be good.
Right. Jazz is over there like, oh my
I
God.
was like, dang, I'm about to try that.
Right.
Like, my mouth dropped.
Right.
Man.
Presentation.
That's true.
Yeah, it was in the delivery.
That's all it was.
Mhm.
So everybody out there,
Mhm.
Jazz is gonna give a shot at one more time, and we're gonna switch gears because this is how Don and I flows on the Leaders Lounge. Jazz, where can they go the fifth Sunday in this month for
Fifth
brunch?
Sunday of the month, Sunday, October 29th, 2 to 4 p.m. Butterfly Garden Brunch and Events, 6917 Lenox Village Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, 37211. Biscuits and gravy, shrimp,
Now, look
Tell
at her.
it, tell it,
fried
tell it.
Let
Tell
she-
it.
fried
Right.
catfish, mac and cheese, greens, candy
Tell
yams.
it.
Tickets
Yes.
available at www.butterflygardenbrunch.com.
Yes.
You helped me.
Is there going to be
today.
someone singing at that?
I don't
I'm
know.
not
okay.
sure.
Okay,
We'll-
maybe.
we'll-
Okay.
When we
okay.
next show, we'll
Okay.
ask Lady.
Yeah. Okay.
Help
Go
me
ahead.
out,
Mm-hmm.
Jazz.
Yeah.
What is lost? You mentioned about something being lost when we are not effective communicators.
What is lost?
Yeah, what is lost?
The translation is lost. Because communication, I always say the reason it's called a dialogue is because
Two.
the root word is from two.
Yeah, two.
So if I'm just communicating and
Don't
it's and the
die.
receptor is not and it's exactly it's not connecting
Charlie
what is
Brown
lost.
feature. Wah, wah,
Wow,
wah.
wow, wow.
That's all we heard.
That's
Wah,
it.
Wah, wah,
That's
wah,
right.
Wah, 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 wah.
Ex-
Wah, wah, wah. Yes, ma'am. And with Charlie Brown, we
Right.
never fully engaged
That's right.
in listening to her.
No. Never.
The translation is lost. Did you hear what you
Translation
said?
is lost.
Yeah.
The translation is lost.
I'm finna
Yeah.
drop y'all a bombshell.
What?
Maybe that's the challenge in relationships.
Maybe. Don't make me
Facts.
run out this room.
Facts.
That maybe
The translation
Facts.
gets
These-
lost.
the translation
Yes.
gets lost.
I'm a man
Yes.
Yes.
and I'm communicating to you something visual.
Mm-hmm.
You're communicating to me something emotional.
Mm-hmm.
We lost.
We lost.
Wow, wow, wow.
We
Wow,
lost.
wow, wow. We're lost.
We're lost. And
Yeah.
that's one thing too, not to totally keep tying this in, but that's one thing that we even talk about in this is that you have auditory, kinesthetic, visual, rewrite types of learners or
Mhm.
listeners.
Mhm.
And so to your point, because I'm going to just use the stereotypical way, as women, we are more on the emotional side. And
Mhm.
so if we're just hitting you straight with our emotional piece, but we're not speaking to what moves you, which is the tactical or the factual piece, then you're not going to be moved. And the converse is true for a man talking to a woman. If you're just coming straight tactically and you're not
Put no
speaking
emotion
in
behind it.
right. So we have to, I always say the power is not just in who you are, but to whom you're speaking. And so on the male side, you got to wrap it in a little more emotion, and women have to wrap it more tactically so that not totally losing who we are, but being able to shape it in a way
Yeah.
that moves it forward, but still keeps us true to ourselves, integrous. So
Love it.
yes, yeah, it's
Love it.
that's
Yeah,
it.
they got you there.
That's
I wish y'all was in the studio.
yes,
with us.
yes.
I
No,
really
that's
do.
it.
The
Yeah,
energy's good.
Yeah.
right. Have you found that to be the truth too?
Yes,
You were saying that's
absolutely.
facts. Okay.
Absolutely.
And how you're communicating to,
Yeah.
and then it's just lost,
It's
and it's not.
lost.
And,
But I never thought about how I'm not being the tactical that you need.
right. Yeah.
Not providing that so
Right.
that way you understand. I'm just expecting you
Exactly.
to tap into your emotions so I understand.
Right. Exactly.
That's
That's right.
Translation is what?
Lost.
Translation is lost. Right. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. I was
Oh, it's a story.
my-
$5.50.
I had
Listen.
Whoa.
Listen.
If you gonna tell it on this show,
it's gonna
it better be
$50.
$50.
Exactly. It's
package
gonna
it.
be we gonna package it.
Listen.
So
Listen.
there was a gentleman who was coming to fix my garbage disposal who only spoke Spanish.
Okay.
And I didn't know that by looking at him. But when I said whatever I said, something to him about coming to fix it. He told me just, so he pulled out his phone and he had to put in what he was saying in Spanish and let it translate into English so that we could connect. He had to speak in a way that mattered to me so that I could understand. And then I had to put it back in the phone so it translated in a way that he could understand back to Spanish. This is just a simple example of how, yes, in order for us to be able to make the whole greater than the sum of its parts,
Slow
we
down.
each
Make
The
the
whole greater
greater.
than the sum of its parts.
right.
Wow.
So the individual parts are I'm speaking, he's speaking. The whole becomes communication when we're able to understand each other.
I love it.
I wasn't ready for this.
You
Because we had something.
we
gotta
had
flow.
but we got to, and
That's
this is
the
a
growth.
good
That's
flow.
Yeah.
growth.
This is growth. Exactly.
So Jazz understands now the
Yeah.
dynamic
Right.
of being a listener and being aware in the moment
Right.
to hear
Yes.
when I have faulty communication.
Right.
It flows freely,
Right.
but it's still faulty.
It's faulty.
Because what flowed from me freely is faulty to you.
Right.
My goodness.
That's right.
Thank
And
God.
not just in your interviews.
That's not.
No,
life.
in life. This
Yeah.
is life skills. That's absolutely
Yeah.
right. This is
But-
about life.
But thank God for the maker of the app who's
Come on.
able to help us translate.
Right.
Mhm.
So I don't get so tied up in my emotions of you not understanding
Right.
The translation gets lost.
that the translation gets
That the
lost.
translation gets off.
Mhm.
But now see, I'm about to go to the book.
Listen.
So if we tap into the app of God, he
Okay.
says,
Okay.
in all that getting,
Get
get
what?
some understanding.
that
Which
part,
comes through a story being told.
A $5 or 50.
Right.
$50.
What audience? Who are you speaking to?
Who are you speaking to? Yep. Right.
Who are you speaking? But let me share this with the listeners. Just because you're dealing with a $5 audience, don't dismiss or diminish your $50 message.
I was
Ooh,
gonna say that. I
that's
said, don't
it.
belittle your message.
Oh,
Don't do that.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Like Jazz, y'all, she's
Right.
a sportsman. Sometimes we just play to the level of our competition. Or we
Right.
playing this little
So we-
Right.
booty poo school.
Mhm.
So we out
Mhm.
here just,
Right.
but you injure yourself. You might develop a bad habit in the moment where
My
you need to
goodness.
be perfecting a discipline.
In fact, sometimes it takes more work. It
it
takes more work to be less than.
Yeah.
Shut
Yeah,
up!
it do.
What did you just say?
It do.
It really, yeah.
It takes what?
More work
Take
to
more
be
work
less
to be
than.
less than.
Say
Yeah.
that 2 times.
It takes more work to be less than.
Say it one more time.
It takes more work to be less
If
than.
y'all trying to be in the studio, y'all just go to my Instagram at Jazz BB Adams right now.
Yes, yes,
What?
yes,
It
yes,
takes more work for me to shuck and jive
yes,
than it does for me to be perfect the craft.
yes. Because when you know you're better and you're walking in less, it just feels incongruent in your spirit. I've had that happen where I'm just feeling off because,
Make you feel afflicted.
right,
Because you.
Because
I
you're trying to match
know.
what's.
I'm an
what
A
he-
class level, but I'm trying. Even when I walk fast. You've been out there with me.
Too
If I
fast
walk
for
with
me,
people-
y'all.
No, I don't. No.
Yes, she does.
But if I walk with people too slow,
You throw
it
you off,
throws
it
me
throw your
off.
groove
It throws me too far off. So I just either I can't walk with y'all, or y'all go ahead on far enough ahead where I can walk at a pace that's comfortable. And so that's the same thing with us in life. If we're walking with people who are not matching our rhythm, it will throw us
Oh
off.
my goodness.
Yes.
Be careful who you're walking with.
Because
Their pace ain't yours. Isn't yours.
no. And it's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
We can walk. So help me, Jazz, Don, help me to communicate how we're going to walk together but be separate while walking.
Well,
Because you walk faster than I do.
right.
But we have to walk together.
We have to walk together.
But it needs to be communicated that we're walking together, but we're going to walk separately.
Yes. We're going to the same place. I gotta go at this pace.
I just have to go at this pace, and I'll meet you there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's not what I wanted.
That's not what you wanted to walk together.
I
Yeah.
wanted to do. I needed to. Yeah.
At a
Wow.
certain point,
Yeah.
we got to figure that
But can you? Are you?
we
are
may not
you
be able to
though
be in the same race.
ready to communicate to me without losing your emotions?
See, that's where it is, and that's why we don't communicate.
Right.
That's
Right.
why we won't.
So you just
Right.
walk off and leave me,
Right.
And
With
next
this
thing you know, you're
attitude.
mad.
Right. Exactly. Right.
and I get the backlash.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Holy Ghost. I get the backlash of your progress.
Or lack thereof.
Because there was no communication.
Right. Right.
Wow. Wait a minute. I get the backlash
Yes.
of your progress.
Right.
While some people are moving faster in life than you, that's okay.
Yes.
But be sure and very sure that the backlash that you receive from them does not hinder you.
Right.
It's probably you're moving too.
You're moving too.
Yes.
But when I get the backlash of your progress, I tend to disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
Just be personal as a
Mhm.
man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, as a person, I think we're
As a man,
all
just
that.
get out of here. I
No,
don't
I
wanna
think-
deal with you all
Yes.
today.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something else.
Yeah.
Right.
And I live in an emotional space when I receive the backlash that's really toxic and unhealthy.
Yes. Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
And when it's time for me to communicate from that experience, I become more like Cain.
Mhm.
And when the presence of God shows up, I offer God a disconnected spirit
Mm-hmm.
and dysfunction.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
No, because
yeah,
everything
for
you're
real,
saying
though.
is right.
Yeah.
It's all 100% the way it shows up.
Absolutely. And it's the same on our end too.
Yeah.
As women. If we know that we're moving at this pace and you're moving too slow, if I can't communicate that to you, I'm either gonna stop moving so I'm with you, which is gonna make me mad, or because I haven't communicated that I'm gonna go on and let you go at your pace, I'm
Right.
mad about that.
That's
so
right.
either way, I'm dishing out backlash.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm mad at that.
wow. How does
So
that-
by the time I get there and the Holy Spirit come and visit me there, I'm giving him attitude and
Attitude,
fault for
right.
even being at the place I asked him to get to.
Exactly.
I can't even receive it the way he wanted me to.
That's right.
Because
That's
I was
right.
mad on the journey because you
Right.
weren't with me.
Right.
So the story that's being told, which could have been a $500 story, now has diminished to just $5.
All the way down.
$5. Exactly.
All the way
Because
down.
we have failed to communicate, and the communication ties first in what matters. We always think about what matters to us, but what matters to the person. If
Start
we're
with-
each thinking
start,
about
I was
yeah,
just about to say before we even start walking, we need to talk about this walk.
right,
Ooh.
that part.
That way I know what pace you even starting at. And you know what pace I'm starting at.
That's right. Exactly.
We just get together and we just start walking.
We
and
just
we
start
ain't talked
walking. We
about
haven't
it.
talked about anything.
I've been walking for 10 years, you've been walking for 5, and I didn't know that.
and girl,
And I didn't know that.
and I didn't know that.
Nor did you tell me that. Neither one of us.
So I'm out here,
Thinking we finna walk this
Together.
walk together.
right?
There's
And
no
you-
way
there's
possible.
no way. We ain't even
because
talked
you
about the
don't
road.
even have the skill set to
Or
get
endurance.
there, or endurance. Oh my goodness!
Or
the,
endurance to
the
even keep
skill,
up.
the will, the endurance, none of it. Exactly.
Skill, will, and endurance.
So,
Word of God for the people of God.
Skill,
Will,
and endurance.
that part.
skill, endurance, and will.
Yeah.
So, wow. What can you sow into me
Right. Right.
without us distorting the story?
Yes.
Without us distorting the
Yes.
story. Right.
Yes.
But the story can actually be better
With clear communication.
with clear communication
Mhm.
and us understanding what we're each pouring into it that can strengthen, again, the whole.
You big on this whole thing.
Yeah. Because that's what it's about.
You can't do anything with just a half.
Exactly. That's it.
You need another half.
50% is an F
Come
in
on,
any
10
book.
bond, 10 bond. in
Any
math.
test I
Got a
took,
10, 5 and 5.
That's it.
6 and 4. 3 and 7.
It ain't adding up.
8 and 2. Like you gotta have a part and a
91.
part.
That's
Come on,
right.
Hill.
Somebody
Somebody, somewhere.
If they're without the other part, you don't even make the whole.
communicate to me being a 9.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we had time.
Man.
Communicate being a 9,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just a 1.
And realizing together we're 10.
Mm-hmm.
But standing beside you, I feel so insignificant because I'm the 1 and you're the 9.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that personally that individual has to deal with. And that can be a
Yeah.
challenge a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they recognize, oh, I'm dealing with a 9. I'm just a 1.
And you either gonna be stuck in the mindset of being the 1 or realize together we are 10.
That's right. Exactly.
Listen, y'all, we are out of time, and it's just getting good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Don, how can
Yes.
we get this Speakeasy card?
Worldclasstraining.net/speakeasy is actually an online course, so it's
Yeah.
not a conference. You can take it at your leisure. You get a certificate, 14 sections, I should say, not sessions, because I don't want people to get too overwhelmed
I got
by
you.
it. But there are video sections, exactly. You take 2 assessments, and you are able to do your own video at the end as a wrap up, so that you get a template so that you can plan your communications
Oh, I love
going
that.
forward. So yes, you walk away with all of that.
Yeah.
And for students, it's $50 off. So
Okay.
with code payday, I didn't say that.
And which
But I'll
one
put
you
it in
get
here.
the MTSU? She's an MTSU student.
DAY.
See?
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, we
That's
just
how I
delivered
got-
something to TSU yesterday.
Nice.
MTSU.
Yeah. Oh, MTSU.
No,
Oh, I'll be at
MTSU.
MTSU. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be at MTSU tomorrow.
Nice.
You guys are
You
having a
going?
career fair tomorrow. Of course.
There is,
Yeah,
there
1 to
is
4.
one.
There's
Yeah.
a career fair from 1 to 4, so I'll be there
Are you
tomorrow.
gonna be
But
there
yes,
tomorrow?
Unfortunately,
I don't think it's in
won't.
your area. I don't.
Yeah.
What's your major? Because
I'm
it's
in early
just,
childhood education.
yeah, I can't remember the majors, but and I didn't even know your major, but I just knew that it was
Y'all
only
keep
like
talking.
a
We're
small
signing off. It's been
segment. But
Yak.
yeah,
I'm
Mhm.
Neil.
Yeah. See you next time.
Thank you.